Tara Westover is hiding in the Idaho mountains, clutching a homemade first aid kit, while the world she knows is cracking open beneath her. No school, no birth certificate, just a fierce, survivalist family who believes the end of days is imminent. Then something shakes her to the core: her dad's rage, her mother's secret, or maybe a book whispered from another world. But stepping into a classroom for the first time at 17, that's just the start. How does a girl fastened to the wild escape to Cambridge's hallowed halls? The story unfolds layer by brutal layer. Imagine growing up where school isn't an option, just suspicion. Tara's early years are a fog of home-canned peaches and gospel hymns, where textbooks are banned but survival drills are drilled in. It's the soil from which everything else sprouts, and it's rocky. Tara's family lives off the grid in Bucks Peak, Idaho. There's no school bus, no official birth certificate for Tara. Her father hoards scrap metal and believes the government is out to get them. Her mother, a midwife and herbalist, keeps the family alive. But Tara's days are filled with chores, fights with her older brother Sean, and whispered prayers. School? No way. Until one fierce argument cracks the foundation, something inside Tara whispers that there's another life beyond this mountain. This world is a crucible. Tara's education begins in danger, balancing atop collapsing roofs, dodging her brother's violent outbursts, and memorizing scripture to survive. It's like trying to read a book with half the pages missing. But this strange patchwork upbringing also teaches her something critical: resilience. Think of it as nature teaching a seedling to find cracks in the rocks to root. What starts as obedience to family rules slowly morphs into doubts too loud to ignore. When Tara secretly reads her first textbook, history, of all things, she feels a shock. The stories on those pages don't match her father's apocalypse tales. The gap between loyalty and truth yawns like a canyon, and Tara feels its pull. She's about to embark on a journey that will question everything she's ever known. 17 years old, first classroom. The fluorescent lights buzz. Tara's heartbeat drowns out the chatter. She's literally stepping into another universe, one that smells of ink and possibility. But can you leap worlds when your roots are chains? Tara arrives at BYU with zero formal schooling. She doesn't know what a syllabus is or how to take notes. Her clothing is outdated, her English is rough. Classes swim past her in jargon and assumptions. Teachers look at her like a relic from another era. She flunks her first exam, but still clings tightly to the hope that books might be her salvation. That first day feels like falling without a parachute. Think of Tara's experience like being dropped onto a foreign planet. You don't just have to learn facts, you need to learn how to learn. It's like downloading a new operating system while the old one glitches violently. Her mind rewires, assimilating academic culture and the political world she never knew existed. This is more than education, it's rebirth through chaos. The payoff is brutal but beautiful. Tara starts filing her fractured self into a new identity, one that demands uncomfortable truths and self-reliance. She realizes the power of education isn't just facts, it's the ability to rewrite your own story. Cambridge's doors are still far, but now she's walking the path with steady, trembling steps. School is only one battlefield. Tara's biggest wars are at home and inside her mind. Family ties pull like iron chains, but a fresh urge to break free flares fierce. How do you fight love and violence, memory and denial? Sean, Tara's older brother, is the family's dark thundercloud. One night after a fight, he breaks Tara's skull with a baseball bat, but apologies come tangled with threats and shifts into "you deserved it." Wrestling with his love and his cruelty leaves Tara torn. The mountain that once felt like home starts to feel like a cage. This violence both traps her and pushes her toward escape, but where to go when your identity is wrapped in him? Tara's memories blur and bend. Family stories conflict wildly. It's like assembling a shattered mirror, each shard shows a different version. Psychological science shows memory is reconstructive, not photographic, which she painfully learns. This realization is destabilizing but freeing. If your past is pliable, maybe your future can be too. The ultimate transformation is walking the razor's edge between loyalty and survival. Tara chooses education and truth even knowing it means fracturing family ties. She realizes that sometimes love means setting people and yourself free. The choice costs her everything but gifts a new kind of identity, one founded on self-definition, not obedience. From the Idaho mountains to Harvard, and then Cambridge, Tara's academic climb is more than books. It's a rebellion against her past. How does a girl with zero formal schooling conquer the world's hardest schools? Tara starts by teaching herself from library piles. Algebra, calculus, history essays, she devours them all, often late into the night with hands stained by her herbalist mother's remedies. There was no guidebook for this wilderness, just desperate grit. At BYU, she's an outsider and a misfit, but her fierce self-education propels her forward. Every solved equation feels like a rung higher on a mountain no one thought she could climb. Elite institutions bring glaring culture shocks, professors with polished accents, peers quoting poets, a world of privilege Tara never glimpsed. It's like walking in a crystal palace in rags. But instead of shrinking, she learns to translate these experiences into a new identity. Culture shock is not just disorientation, it's raw clay for reinvention. Against staggering odds, Tara earns a PhD at Cambridge, specializing in history and memory. This achievement isn't just about degrees, it's a radical claim on her own narrative. She's no longer defined by her family's isolation or violence, but by the stories she writes and the truths she uncovers. The mountain peak is just another beginning. Education isn't just freedom, it's a cost. Tara's journey tears open family wounds while offering fierce empowerment. What does it mean to re-educate your soul and decide who you want to become? As Tara's academic star rises, her family pulls away, unable to reconcile her new truths with their worldview. She's labeled a traitor, and the love she once knew turns cold or violent. But choosing education means breaking these chains, painful, messy, but necessary. It's the cost of growing beyond the roles we're born into, and it leaves open wounds and wide new roads. Education becomes Tara's artisan tool for self-invention. Like a sculptor shaping rough stone, she carves out an identity distinct from fear and ignorance. Learning isn't just about facts here, it's about reclaiming the narrative, remaking history, and claiming agency. It's messy, nonlinear work, but deeply transformative. Finally, Tara finds fragile peace living between these worlds. She doesn't erase her past, she makes peace with its contradictions. Her story reminds us education isn't just academic, it's a journey toward self-authorship. And that journey means both breaking and building in equal, surprising measure. Remember that first scene, Tara alone on the mountain, clutching survival, not textbooks? Now you've seen how she flips her whole world by grabbing education like a lifeline. Her story teaches us that education isn't just school, it's liberation wrapped in struggle, identity's ultimate rebel force. So here's a little dare. Pick up a book or subject completely outside your comfort zone. Let it unsettle you, rewrite your own story. What old mountain are you ready to climb? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.